Hello, my name is Katrina German. I work on a lot of the digital projects for the Other Side Television. And one of the things we're following up with is some of our past participants in our investigations. So I have Dawn Mentek here, and she is going to tell us a little bit about her experience with the show. So Dawn, let's get started. What was your experiences? What were you experiencing before you called the show or contacted the show to get on board?
I've been living in this house now for 10 years, and the experiences started probably shortly after we moved in, about 6 months. And a lot of it was bad dreams. We saw a tall, dark shadow around the house. And this person, the spirit, used to like to give us bad dreams. He would make and knock things around in the house. We would see shadows lurking around upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, and as I remember, just sort of a bad feelings too. There were a lot of emotional kind of feelings around the house, as I remember.
Yeah, people would come into the house and they'd feel anxious. There's a real feeling of it wasn't our home.
Right.
So
when the investigation started, what was that experience like for you, having the team out and around? What was that whole thing like?
It was interesting. I have to admit, I didn't think, I wasn't really too sure if Richard would show himself to them. I had considered submitting my story a few years ago, but it just never happened. And then all of a sudden it kind of went rolling because of Priscilla Wolf, a host on the show. So yeah, it was interesting having them all here during the 4 days, hearing some of their stories. I believe Evelyn had some stories for me when I went to pick up the actual DVD from her. She had some really scary dreams that Richard had gotten to her. During the taping. Who else? I think Evelyn was probably the major one. I think Elder Tom too had some feelings.
And Evelyn's a big help around the production and stuff, and just so people kind of know who she is. She does a lot of the work behind the scenes for the show. So after the production, okay, so everybody comes in, it's a bit, crazy shooting. You guys had a lot of activity, and, it was kind of a very exciting end.
There are some really scary things that were happening. He sure made his presence known.
Yeah, he did show up. So there was ceremony that was conducted, and so tell us about that ceremony too, what that experience was like for you.
The ceremony, we took some of the items that we had found, like the picture and the cat bones, and Elder Tom smudged the entire house, and he took out those items from the house, and I believe he buried them in a sacred, clean spot, which is pretty routine for something like that for us to do.
Yeah, well, that's good. And then afterwards, how has the activity been? Has there been a change? Have you noticed, what's it like now?
I'm so happy to report that the house is Richard free. He's gone. I no longer feel like I'm sharing the house with somebody else. I no longer feel afraid to be in the house alone. I actually feel like this is my home now, and he's gone.
Amazing. That's so good. That's so exciting. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, I feel really good here now. I could tell the difference probably the day after they had left. And it kind of feels like all a bad dream. The first 8 years feels like a really bad dream, but yeah, we're good now.
Well, that's great. That's so amazing to hear. Any final thoughts that you want to share with people about the show that you think they should know?
Um, I think a lot of people doubt um, what they do, but I know for sure now that what they do helps. Um, I give thanks to Elder Tom and to Michaela and to Jeff and to the rest of the crew that were brave enough to come and face Richard and take him away from the house. Um, and yeah, if anybody ever has any problems with their spirits in their house, then I suggest giving them a call.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time and really appreciate the update. And let's hope to many more years Richard free.
Yes.